I think most everybody out there by now is aware that the director of the FBI just released a letter saying that they're going to be looking into some new information that they found about the Hillary Clinton email scandals. It turns out that Mr. Anthony Weiner, poor little Weiner, got into a little bit of trouble by sexting underage girls. They seized their computers, and that includes the computers of his wife, who was Hillary Clinton's top aide. And it turns out there's some emails on there that she sent to Hillary Clinton that the FBI wants to look at. Now, I know a lot of people out there are thinking, yes, this will finally be the thing that kills her presidential campaign. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think that's true. I mean, we can be hopeful and keep our fingers crossed because she's a vile person. But I don't think this is really going to hurt her that much. I think people that have already decided they're going to vote for Clinton are still going to vote for her, and they already knew about the email thing. And people that are going to vote for Trump are still going to vote for Trump. I don't think there's going to be much change in the last 10 days. Now, some people will say, well, what about undecided voters? Well, I don't think undecided voters really exist. At this point in the election, there's no such thing as an undecided voter. People who say that I'm an undecided voter fall into one of two categories. They're either someone that just wants attention, or they're way too retarded to ever find a polling place and actually vote anyway, so they really don't matter. So even though I don't think this is going to stop Hillary Clinton from becoming president, I do think it can still work in our favor. Now, it can work against us if we try to use it in the wrong way and say, aha, see, that proves she's corrupt. Because I don't think a lot of people are going to believe that she's corrupt if they don't already believe it, or they already know it and they don't care. But I think if we use this properly, it can actually help us. If we use this correctly, I think most reasonable people can see, because of things like this, that show that Hillary Clinton is not going to be transparent. She's not going to be trustworthy. This and the email things, like that came out from WikiLeaks that say she says one thing to Wall Street and one thing to people, that is perfect example of how she's not trustworthy. And if she's not trustworthy, even if you want to put her in the Oval Office because you think she's not as bad as Trump, you should be able to agree that there needs to be some oversight. And the only way to really have any oversight is if we have a Republican Congress. If Hillary Clinton gets to just appoint whoever she wants to the Supreme Court, they're going to be so far left that they're going to be offensive to even people that vote for Hillary Clinton. They're going to do away with things like individual freedoms, gun rights. They're even going to limit free speech, if you ask me. And if she can just put forth whatever she wants to the Congress and they pass it because, they're on her team, that's not going to be good for the everyday person either. It's going to be great for Wall Street, but not for you and me. And I think even people that are voting for Hillary Clinton can agree to that. So I think you could convince them that if she's still going to win, there's still these issues we have to deal with, and we need a Republican Congress to balance her out. She's so bad, we need Republicans in there to keep her in check. Now, I know some people are going to throw in your face that, the Republicans will never get nothing done if we get them in there because they're the obstructionist party. So we need to get Democrats in there if we want to get something done. Well, that's not true. That is not going to be the case now. They have been the obstructionist party. I'll give you that for the last 8 years because they decided that they're going to stand up against anything Obama does, whatever he's for, they're going to be against no matter what. And that's because they listen to that man-sized carp in a cheap suit, masquerading as a public servant, Mitch McConnell. And he said, well, we'll just pose Obama on everything, and then people will love us and hate him. Ended up people love Obama now, and they hate Congress. They hate the Republicans. The Republican Party is falling apart. So listening to him was the stupidest thing they ever did. And I think the success of Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders right now, how strong they both are and were, is going to be a message to both parties that they actually have to start getting something done or they're going to be gone. It's not going to either be one party or the other anymore. There are people coming from the outside that the middle of the road people are listening to because they make more sense than the established politicians. So I think the left and the right are now going to say, we actually got to work together and get something done, or people are going to start kicking us out on our butts. We're going to lose our cushy jobs, our fancy offices, our limousines, and all of our power. So I think they're actually going to start working together in the next 10 years, or at least I hope so. And if we want the best environment to get the most done for the country that's actually good for everybody, we need balance. If Hillary Clinton's going to be the president, we need a more conservative Congress. The only way compromise works is if there's a balance of power, if there's people on both sides working together. That's the way you get the best results. So if you know somebody out there that's voting for Hillary Clinton, tell them, we need balance. Go ahead and vote for Hillary if you want to. Like I say, I think she's going to win. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. But you still can convince reasonable people that if you're going to vote for Hillary, you still have these doubts about her. You still have this information out there that you've seen. Isn't that enough reason to want some balance? I mean, I don't think it takes a genius to see that this person, this candidate, Hillary Clinton, should never be left unchecked. She should never be left in a place or a position where she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, with no one checking up on her. She just isn't trustworthy enough. Now, I know a lot of people are going to scream, oh, partisan, partisan, you're saying she's not reliable, you're saying she's dishonest. I'm saying she's a politician. And it's clearly obvious that she's not reliable, she's not honest, she's not, a respectable person. She's a politician. So I can't imagine why anyone would think that she's otherwise. And like I say, I'm trying really hard here to be nonpartisan, to make this video really fair. I'm not spreading rumors, I'm not telling lies, I'm not bringing up old conspiracy theories. But in closing, I will say one thing. There does seem to be one old conspiracy theory or rumor that is true about our pantsuit-loving presidential candidate, and that is it seems that Hillary Clinton isn't a big fan of Weiner.